And then she started grinding her teeth in her sleep.
Ooh.
Have you heard babies grind their teeth?
Yeah, I have actually. Beckham used to
my
do that, and
It's stuff of
I
nightmares.
flick his lip, knock that off right now. Seriously,
It's stuck in.
he was doing it, and he did it once, and I was like, frick, now stop. And he thought it was funny. He thought I was like messing with him, and so he got this big old grin on his face, and he did it again. I was like, no, and so he laughs. You know, he does it again the third time, flick the lip. You go, and I'm like, stop. Discipline. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 480 Show. We're excited to have you here. This episode is brought to you by Pit Boss. We will talk about Pit Boss a little bit later in the episode, so stay tuned for that. But for now, make sure to check out pitboss-grills.com to learn more. Again, that is pitboss-grills.com to learn more. And new feature, we got the site up, 480 Show, the480show.com. You can click on the affiliate link that we have with Pit Boss. You can shop, you can browse. It smells like rotten chicken. This thing with this AC turned. You smell that?
I can't.
Oh, you farted, didn't you?
No.
Hef.
No. I just can't smell a thing. Still got those allergies rolling.
Well, anyway, check out the 480show.com. Quit sniffing in the microphone. Check out the 480show.com. And you can shop all Pit Boss products. And thank you to Pit Boss for sponsoring today's episode. How was your week?
How was my week?
I was going to tell you. Alpha Grips. The company, Alpha Grips.
Yeah, what?
You ever heard of them?
No.
So you put them over your fingertips.
Yeah.
Like little rings.
Yeah.
And there's like a 15-pound weight. And there's like a 30-pound weight. It connects to your wrist, right? And you extend your fingers like that. And it's supposed to work out like your extensors. Like most people work out like their forearms, right? And there's like a grip that comes from your forearms right here.
Uh-huh.
But the extensors help fight against carpal tunnel, arthritis, things like that.
Interesting.
And they increase your grip strength. They're going to send us some product to review.
Really?
Yeah, baby. Oh. So thank you, Alpha Grips. We're excited to receive your product.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't suck. I told them I'd give them an honest review, and I would send them the footage. So.
Why do you need it?
Shut your mouth, dude. I got freaking stronger grip than you do, bro. Stop it right now. I could smack you. Oh, you gonna piss me off right before this episode starts. All right.
Well, don't. What? You don't work out anymore.
And you work out 30 minutes once a week.
I still got my job, and I work out. Nah, dude. Look at these forms, bro. This shirt might be a little oversized, but
yeah, you know what you need?
pretty strong.
Need some True Classic tees. Tied around the arm so you can show off what's good if you got what's good. Even if you don't.
I cannot stand a tight shirt.
It's not tight. That's the thing
around
about
your arms.
Around your arms, your shoulders.
Nope.
Fine, you stick with your boxy tees.
It's not boxy.
True Classic is one of our affiliates right now.
It's a relaxed fit. Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, True Classic. Yeah.
I love True Classic. If you didn't notice, I have a billion of these shirts.
Oh.
And they're very flattering. It's black, tied around my arms, tied around my shoulders to make me look good. And then it's nice and loose around my torso because I'm a dad.
If they can make a shirt that's relaxed fit like this, we're good.
Just get a size up.
No.
Just size it up.
It's just the way they.
I have to
it's
roll
the way
it. I have to roll it 2 times.
So they stitch it.
No, but I have to roll it 2 times. Otherwise, it would be long and a little bit bigger.
Wow, you have T-Rex arms. So.
Thanks, bro. Nerd goggles. What do you think of nerd goggles? We should frame this out. We wanted to talk about this because Dad sent us a thread last night.
So if you don't know, Apple had their event.
Wait.
Whoa.
Last night.
Okay.
You sent in the thread to check out that episode, River Monsters.
Oh yeah.
I finished that at 12:20.
Yeah.
That episode was wild.
Yes, it was.
When you said it was epic, I'm like, he's probably exaggerating, but whatever. I'll give it a watch. Dude, 40 days that episode took. He went on a 6 or 7 day excursion with some.
He said it was a trip of his life.
Dude,
And then at the end, he catches a freaking arapaima.
Yeah.
You know how rare that fish is, dude?
You know how big that was?
I mean, I don't know if it's like rare, but it's the size, and it was a new species of arapaima.
Yeah.
And arapaima are a very trophy fish in the fish community.
Really?
People keep those in massive
He just let it go.
like 600-gallon tanks.
You know, he hyped that whole episode up like the whole time. He's like trying to catch this fish, bro. For anybody that maybe I didn't even frame this out, this is River Monsters. We talked about it last week.
My name's Jeremy Wood.
Jeremy Wade, the long lost cousin of Bear Grylls.
Like Bear Grylls' daddy.
Dude, he's seriously though.
Bear Grylls is his son.
Dude, it was so funny though, because in the episode he goes and he's like gaining favor with this tribe, right? Like hanging out with them for a couple days.
Yeah.
And he's just hanging out with those two brothers, and he's like, the whole time I'm trying to gain favor with them, but I felt at home. He's like, just a few kindred spirits loving the outdoors and with a love for fishing. I'm like, you belong there. Like he could have moved in and been fine.
Oh yeah.
But dude, like he goes on this trip. He's like bouncing village to village to village to village.
Hundreds of miles.
Yeah, dude.
River, yeah.
And then he finally catches the fish.
Not,
And like
not on a motorboat.
Well,
either.
at first it was.
Canoeing.
At first he was going motorboat to village to village to village, and they're like, go to this one, and they're like, go to this one. And he finally gets there to the right one. The very last, they're going upriver, and they get to the very last village. And these guys are like, we'll show you where it's at. We'll give you the secret.
It's a hidden lake.
But he's like, you got to show us that you like the reason why, because we've been burned in the past. And so he stays there for a few days and he's gaining favor, and then they're like, you got it, we'll take you. And then he goes on like a 6-day trip, maybe even 7. It was like 6 days the way there. Like it was just night after night after night. And it's a rowboat, and they're freaking going, and they're sleeping in hammocks. They're freaking crocodiles, or freaking what are they
Jaguars,
called?
crocodiles.
What do they call the black what the
Oh yeah, the black.
I'll show a picture of it right now, and how close this thing got, dude.
And there's the added excitement of the resident caiman, which has still got its eye on me.
It was wild, like truly wild. That thing was coming up near him, and he's like, this is making me uncomfortable how close it's getting. And it's like 4 feet from him, and he's like splashing it. I'm like, bro, I will like, get out of here. What the freak?
Black caiman.
Black caiman.
Yeah.
I'm like,
they get big,
dude.
too.
And this thing, and then he's like, wait, stop the boat. Goes up and freaking squats down next to a freaking anaconda, the largest anaconda I think I've ever seen.
Like an 18-foot.
He's like, this thing isn't even afraid of me. 6 feet away. I'm like, you got a death wish, bro. This guy's insane.
He's a G, dude.
And then,
absolute G,
dude. And they're crossing waterfalls. They're like going. They're having to like push the canoe up. Anyway, I'm saying all of this because finally gets to this fish, and he catches it, and he holds it for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And he's like, swim away.
I've caught the monster of the Lost Lake. I knew it. Monsters do exist in this place. Wonderful, deep-bodied arapaima.
That's a rare. I don't know if it's rare, but he took a scale. He took a scale.
He took a
off.
scale.
They have thick armored scale. But
Yeah.
arapaima are huge in the fish community.
But why wouldn't he have held it for longer?
I'm sure he did. They probably just cut the clip, dude. Yeah.
Maybe he was just afraid of that black caiman that was just swimming around.
Because he measured it and
Yeah.
Things.
Thing was a monster, dude. Wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good episode. Season 4 or season 8, episode 4.
Season 4, episode 8.
Season 4, episode 8.
I'm on
River
season 5
Monsters.
now.
Check it out. Thanks for the YouTube login, by the way.
Yeah, bro. First, it's the first 48 for fish, as I like to say.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Pretty sweet.
All right. Today's episode, we're talking about Apple's brand new creation. The freaking lamest, but I have some words.
No. I don't think it's lame.
No, they are. They're nerd goggles. That's what they are. They're nerd goggles. As Matt Walsh put it, the people that buy these nerd goggles are the same guys that got their head shoved in the toilet back in 1989, 1990.
Oh, did he make he already posted about it? Or
Yeah, he had
Today?
a little review. I thought it was hilarious. If you want a real review on what Matt Walsh thinks, check out the Daily Cancellation. I'll tag Matt Walsh in this. I bet you he'll repost it. Sweet Baby Gang for life.
Jeez, I didn't start listening to Matt Walsh.
Sweet Baby Gang for life, baby.
I mean, listen to Benny P.
Do you
and-
know what that means?
Benny P? Ben
Yeah,
Shapiro.
what are you talking about? Benny P.
I don't know. Isn't that the dude from?
I think he's the gay guy. He's the conservative gay guy.
No, dude.
Yeah.
This is the dude from Sandlot, Benny.
Benny?
From Sandlot.
Is his name Benny?
I think so.
Benny, please. Oh, you're right. It is.
No, it was Benny P.
Please, Benny, please.
I meant to put Benny.
Benny,
in.
wait.
Benny S. I haven't listened to Benny Shapiro in a long time.
I'm pretty sure there's a Benny though that is. He's been featured on the Daily Wire several times. He's gay. He's a conservative though. Interesting. Anyway, yes. Do you know what Sweet Baby Gang is?
No.
If I said I am one of Matt Walsh's sweet babies.
I mean, I heard you talking about it, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
Well, Matt Walsh has his followers. They referred, one of them said that he was, well, actually, no. How it started was Matt Walsh, in one of his episodes, said he referred to himself as like Sweet Daddy Walsh. And therefore, you know, if he was Sweet Daddy, all of his listeners were his sweet babies. And so one of his listeners branded it, basically, and was like Sweet Baby Gang. And then there was a song that was created, which is the new song for his comment section. It's freaking hilarious. It's a movement. He has t-shirts where it's his face in a cartoon on a baby's body in a diaper. People buy it.
Yeah, he's a G, dude.
He is so funny.
Yeah.
I love Matt Walsh. Sweet daddy.
Please. As Theo Vaughn would say, bro, this thing's turning real gay.
Oh, dude. Yeah, right before you recommended that episode last night, Dad texted us and he's like, "Have you seen this?"
Yeah.
And he sends us that video. The worst intro video I think Apple could have created. Honestly. I don't know that they could have done a worse job.
On what?
The goggles.
The whole video? I thought it was insane.
The technology is insane, yeah.
I thought the way they presented it. I don't think it's going to look anything the way they presented it.
No, absolutely not.
No, it's not.
But that's part of
It might be
what I'm
similar, but I don't think it's
maybe.
Yeah.
But dude, they had the audacity to put two human beings, two females in a room, and they're like, because they're see-through goggles, you're not disconnected from the world.
Yeah.
And then it showed a representation of a conversation between two women.
Yeah.
It was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever seen. I've never seen anything so stupid. They wanted me to believe that
It was just
was
gonna be
normal.
Yeah.
Like as if I was gonna buy these goggles, and then realistically, I'm married. If I'm sitting in here, and Ashlyn comes in, and is like, "Hey, let me talk to you for a second," and I keep the goggles on,
You should put on
she'd
transparent mode.
smack me.
I was
She'd be like,
just-
"Get those off! What are you doing?"
I was just about to say, Olivia would come smack those things
Yeah,
right off my
dude.
head, dude.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. But isn't that Apple's MO? Trying to make the most insane type things just the norm.
I think that all of these tech people trying to convince us that like things are normal and just expecting us to be so
it's gonna be
stupid
the new normal.
that we're just going to be like, duh, okay.
Like you're gonna walk into the only way you're gonna see these is a tech company.
Maybe.
No, you will, dude. I service a tech company, and
Are you talking about that warehouse
yeah.
with
first off, they're freaking
the ping pong tables and the dogs everywhere?
bunch of libs, dude.
Yeah. Hey, is that what you're talking about? It's like they open the door and there's like 8 dogs. No, I'm keeping this in here. Dumb.
We're not going
I
into
hate
same
that
detail.
company.
Listen though, yes, bunch of freaking
I went
bunch
to
of libs, dude.
I went to
got
that-
CNN rolling 24/7.
I went to open that door, and I didn't know where it was. I didn't know which one was their door, right? So I call them. First time I ever went there, I'm like, "Hey, I don't know which one is your door." He's like, "Oh, just turn around, start walking towards the building. You'll know because there's 9 dogs." I'm like, Are you serious?
There's only one. But
no, dude.
maybe
I
that-
walked
maybe
up to
that
the.
time.
Maybe it was a bring your dog to work
Yeah, it
day, dude.
must have
Because
been.
I went to the door. There was a golden retriever,
Yeah.
a couple Shih Tzus. Like there was a bunch of them.
Let's probably bring your dog to work. Yeah.
Dude, it was ridiculous. I almost walked away because I'm like, I'm not. It was so annoying. And then there's
They're
like
actually-
people, there's like the bros playing ping pong. I'm
Well,
like,
they all now work remote basically from ever since COVID.
why? Because they weren't being
That whole
productive.
that whole warehouse.
They realized that
there's
playing
like-
ping pong at work isn't actually
There's
productive.
like 5 people working in that whole warehouse now.
Really?
It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen, dude. You walk into a massive warehouse and desk after desk after desk.
What do
after
they do
desk.
anyway?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna go into detail about
Well,
it.
you don't have to say the name, but what do they do? Is it just a tech startup or what?
No, it's a.
Oh.
They do stuff like audio, like, yeah. It's I don't know. It's a technology company, but
Whack.
I could see like I could walk in and see everyone at the desk wearing those in
Yeah.
a place like that.
Maybe.
But look, the reality is like
This is gonna die out like
It's
all the
just-
other nerdy VR stuff. VR is actually so cool. Like
Yeah.
if I had a VR set, if someone gifted it to me,
It
I
is
would
cool.
use it. Like I think it would be fun. But like if someone gifted me the Apple stuff, I'm not gonna use it in a practical setting. Like it's gonna be something where I'm like, I'm gonna watch a movie because my wife's gone tonight or whatever. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's something that like is fun to use from time to time. But like the way that they presented it was like they're like, oh, this thing's gonna you can take a picture of your face and talk in a few demos, and then your FaceTime calls, you can see them perfectly, and then you're like a cartoon.
just another
and
animated
people are gonna
one.
be cool with that. Like, hey boss, this is my cartoon self. Let me report on this.
I'm telling you, yeah. I mean, people that want the world to turn this way, yeah. And Apple's all about that, but
It's so dang expensive
yeah,
for like such
$3,500, dude.
Anyway, Dad was like so shocked that we had the position that we did,
Yeah.
which is essentially, why do we need another piece of technology that's going to isolate us from the world
Yeah.
and our families? Dad thinks it's new age. This is the future. Although Dad's been on a kick. He's all about AI and all the things.
Yeah, I mean,
I bet
it's
I
cool.
bet our
I think,
listeners could paint a perfect picture of Dad with how much we talk about him.
dude, I think the headset is cool. As in, like, if
Technology is insane.
If Margot's in bed and Olivia was in bed, right, and I could put that on and just blow up a 100-foot movie screen in there, like they put,
Sure.
and then the background you could put like mountains and stars and like immerse yourself. Like I think that is cool,
Yeah, it's great.
but
How many times are you realistically going to do that?
not that.
How many
much.
times are you going to be like,
Yeah.
okay, family, go to bed. I have a movie to watch.
Yeah.
What?
But that's the thing is, I'm sure it's cool, and it would probably be like, dude, this is insane. But that's the problem is it would become for me, I have an addictive personality. So,
No such thing.
addictive personality? No such thing.
Yeah, I used to say that too.
I'm addicted to pre-workout. I'm addicted to freaking energy
I'll
drinks.
send you an article. That's just caffeine.
Yeah, well.
You're addicted to caffeine.
Eh.
Anyway.
No, but like when I like,
No, I know what you're
I think
saying.
it's
You
cool.
you immerse yourself.
I
in,
experience something that I like, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do that again. Gotta do that
yeah,
again.
that's
right?
just
Like,
what
yeah.
people do. Though.
That's
That's a
pretty normal,
human
yeah.
quality.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's
Look, I get it. Like, I think it's cool. And like I said, if I had one, there are scenarios in which, yeah, I'm going to use it. If I go on a plane, yeah, I'm going to bring it. I'm going to block out everybody.
that'd be sweet.
It'd be sick. Connect the AirPods with the noise cancellation.
Yeah.
Pretend I'm in a mountainscape watching a movie. Yeah. Freak. Yeah. I'd use it.
Not for $3,500. I only
I
fly.
got my phone.
I only fly what
Right there.
3 times a year, if that. So
Yeah.
4 times a year. So
But I don't know, man. It's so crazy. The thing that sticks out to me, though, is that these tech companies, Apple, the way that they present it is just insulting.
I know.
It just has me in.
I know. Well,
has me
it's
feeling
Tim.
some
It's
sort of
freaking
way.
beta male Tim Cook, dog.
Is he the one that presented it?
It's every Apple event. They just talk like Apple created the world,
Yeah.
and we should like bow down to Apple. You know, like thank
Yeah.
you. I love my iPhone. You make great MacBooks. You make AirPods. I love them. Like you make good stuff. Mm-hmm. But like,
But those.
guess what? So does Samsung. So does.
Yeah.
Like you're not. And the thing, what makes the audacity that comes from Apple is like, oh, there's new technology. Like Samsung had that technology out 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, most do.
Yeah,
The only thing that Apple has going for it is that they make them look really good.
they do.
And they can kind
And
of
it works well.
perfect it.
And the synchronization of
Yeah.
everything that they have. I mean, that's why ultimately I switched to Apple, was because that synchronization is just beautiful. But
Android, dude.
and the UI,
when
Apple's UI just is way better. The UI interface on the phone, everything.
You're talking about just like the apps and stuff.
Just looks so much more pleasing to the eye than Android. Because I was a Samsung fanboy.
When did you switch to Samsung from Samsung to iPhone? Because I was later than you were.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I switched in
5 years ago. Yeah.
Pretty sure I switched in 2019.
5 years ago, about.
2 years after I got married.
So
It took me a minute.
I think I was like 2018, maybe 2017, maybe. But it's, yeah. I mean, I don't think you can beat it. It's just take it down a notch, Apple. Like, geez.
So let me ask you this: why do you think people like Dad are so intrigued? Because typically, like the thing you hear is like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? Like I think about even when the iPhone, like all of the smartphones came around, there was such a hesitancy towards it. Like, at least with our own father, like I had friends that had smartphones long before I did. You know, not super long, but like there was a delay there. Why do you think that old people? Because I've seen more than just Dad. Get like so stoked about this new technology, but people like you and I are just like, nah.
I mean, because we grew up with it. So I think you had like, I'm not calling Dad old. He's 50.
Old.
But what is Dad's generation technically?
He's not a boomer, but he's not a millennial.
Yeah,
somewhere
so,
in the middle. I don't know what that generation's called.
I think you grew up without that kind of technology, and then that technology was introduced to you older, and you're kind of maybe hesitant about it. And then I think though that like you and I were raised without that as well, but like we started getting the flip phones and the first iPhone like a little after middle school. So it's like
even text. I remember sitting around at the Worthington's house with the texting.
Yeah. When
texting was becoming a thing, and like grandma had a phone, like mom and dad had a phone. And like the adults would be talking, and all of us kids had the phones, and we would send text messages back and forth, and we thought it was like the craziest thing ever. I remember that like so vividly. And then you're right, because I watched mom and dad get the evolving phone, the chocolate, right? Like the red phone, the slide, and then it was like the flip phone, and then like the T phone, you know what I mean? Like we had all of like,
we had all this.
Yeah.
I think it's probably intriguing to a little bit of the older generation because I don't know.
I'm going to play this, and I'll include this in the podcast.
I'm a 2001 baby. If you are too, that means we've lived roughly 28% of our projected lives. Today is June 6th, 2023, my 8,030th day on Earth, which also happens to be my 22nd birthday. Birthdays are usually fun, but as I grow older, each year it's turned into a scary reminder that my time remaining on Earth continues to decline. Being a 2001 baby is stupid. We were the last ones to have a normal high school graduation pre-COVID. We've grown up in a economy. Social media has rotted our brains. We forgot what basic human etiquette is, and we don't know what true love is. Social media has poisoned me to believe that I have already failed in life, since I'm not yet in a position as those I see online. I haven't bought a house, I haven't fallen in love, I haven't traveled the world, I haven't seen success as a creative or entrepreneur. All things that we for some reason began to believe equal failure if not yet accomplished at a young age. I'm now 22 years old. Although I haven't experienced any of those things, I can still say that I am proud of myself for the things that I've succeeded at, for the things that I failed at, and for the things that I've simply tried. Good or bad, it's all turned me into a better human. We all have our entire lives ahead of us, and all of our timelines for success and fulfillment are unique. To my younger self, it's been 7 years, and I haven't given up. I know you'd be proud. To everyone else, I haven't failed, and neither have you.
A little bit off topic, but an interesting concept. This kid is So Cade was born in 2001.
We've talked
Put
about
that in perspective.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, but this kind of relates to this nerd goggle thing because 2000. Sadie was born in 2000.
Yeah.
So this guy was born 1 year after Sadie. So pretty young, right? Being as young as he is, he has like this ability to like look at his scenario and be like, I was born at this time and I grew up, basically in the social media era, right? Watching all of the success. And now I've been programmed to believe that I'm not successful enough because I haven't traveled the world. I haven't bought a house. I'm not married. I don't have kids. I don't have any of this stuff, right?
The FOMO.
Yeah, FOMO.
Yeah.
But
The FOMO that social media creates.
yes, and we have talked about that. And if you haven't listened to it, what is that, like our second or third episode? I think it was our second.
Sounds about right.
So you should go back and listen to it. But I think that this plays a huge part into it because Dad's generation, whatever Dad's generation is, doesn't have the same like.
Well, they have a
it's
way
not the same pushback.
They have
You know what I'm
a
talking
way
about?
wider view. They've lived without and with,
But like,
and so have we.
But like when we go on social media,
Yeah.
right? We are more likely to compare ourselves to others.
Yeah.
Where Dad is more likely to roll his eyes at others, right?
I do both.
Same, yes. But like generally speaking, like the majority of what we see, you see some dope travel videos.
Yeah.
I don't know that Dad's ever like, man, I wonder if I've accomplished enough because like I haven't done that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thought Dad's ever had watching video like that.
Yeah,
right?
maybe
what
not.
he might think is, that's cool. Or, like...
Depends how much you really love travel, though, right? I think there's...
But I'm just talking about the comparison aspect, right? And I feel like the time that we grew up, I feel like we're more skeptical to all this new technology because with all the new technology, with the social media and everything, like, yeah, you get sucked into it, but there's also plenty of people trying to raise awareness. Like this Cade guy is saying, don't compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
Just because you haven't bought a house or all the things. Like I started in the film industry 7 years ago. I'm looking at myself 7 years ago. I'm proud of you for how far you've come, right? Like I'm not ahead, I'm not behind, I'm on time, right? Like that's his message. And like he's young, kind of speaking for others that are comparing. And I feel like there's enough voices out there now to where people like you and I hear that and we relate to that because we're like, dang, I have compared myself to others, So I feel like, and this is like, maybe I'm thinking way too far into this, but like Apple rolls out this new product and they're like, yeah, just put this on your eyes. And it's awesome. You can work in it. You can live in it. You can watch movies. You can relax. You can do everything in it.
Yeah.
And you won't be isolated at all.
Yeah. Not true.
And I'm like,
Well, it's what they want to a certain extent.
but like to Dad, he's not thinking that. He's thinking like, wow. Like he's like enamored by it.
Well, I think you can be enamored by the technology. Like, I don't think I'm skeptical. I don't think I'm skeptical of the technology. Like, for you could sit there and edit on that thing because it syncs with your laptop.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Imagine
really
editing
is.
on that.
No, it would be sick.
It would be sick, right? Especially, like, not just wedding stuff, but, like,
travel stuff.
insane
Podcasts.
adventure. Like,
Yeah.
Editing on that would be insane. So I'm not skeptical of the technology. I just think the overall... And you can't be mad at Apple for wanting to push it because it's their product. They're going to want to sell it just like any other company's going to want to sell any other product.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the overall aspect of where the world is going that I think you have like Gen Z and maybe a certain portion of millennials that cannot separate this technology with also reality. Like these headsets have the mixed reality, right? Like,
Yeah.
So that's what also is the stupid audacity of Apple. Be like, oh, well, yeah, you're in a headset, but throw on some mixed reality so you can watch your favorite movie and in the background immerse yourself in Mount Everest. And it's okay, but like they're trying to I think Apple even realizes like how insane it is, how insane the technology is, and like kind of how insane like the clip of the two women sitting down and one's talking and it's got the like That's
looking
not
like an
that's
idiot.
not that's not normal human behavior to keep
No.
that on. You take it off, right?
Right.
But Apple's pushing like you don't have to take it off.
And they spent a significant amount of time trying to convince you.
You don't have to take it off.
Yeah, you can
It's
see
like-
right through it, and because you're not immersed in it, you can continue.
Yeah, and
you
then
can live your life.
So I can see a Gen Z kid running up to their parents and be like, "Look, it's okay. I don't have to take this off. You can see my eyes. You're not just talking to me, and you can't see me."
Yeah,
So that's where I think is the danger. And I think you have a certain group of millennials that understand that. Gen Z, no faith.
oh stop.
Well,
You
like
can't
that's not
just say
true.
it. You
Because
can't just say everybody.
Kobe, I don't think Kobe wouldn't even care for these things, right? Kobe's
Well,
Gen
no,
Z.
you give Kobe a freaking pack of hot dogs,
Yeah.
a full tank of gas. He's going to spend the
But that's
weekend fishing.
I think that's also how
like
you're
he just was.
Yeah, but I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I've done 2 Bear Grylls type trips.
If you told me,
Yeah.
Cameron, you can have $4,000.
Yeah.
You can spend it on this headset, or you can go out camping,
Mm-hmm.
and you can spend $3,500 on a camping trip. I would choose the camping trip.
Yeah.
Even though it's going to give me one time.
Because $3,500 camping trip would be
Sick.
trip of a lifetime. right
Yes.
there, yeah.
I'm going to get a generator. I'm going to bring the smoker. I'm going to do all the things.
That's
you know
like,
what I mean? Like,
that's like up in Yosemite or Yellowstone, dude.
or just an extravagant camp with, I don't know. I'm just saying, I would take the one experience over however long an Apple
And I
nerd goggle is going to last me.
look, I think you have to have that balance. Like, would I ever buy these? No, because I'm not spending $3,500 on them.
Sure.
If I got if they were gifted, no one's gonna gift anyone these.
I was going to
Let's
say,
be
that's
real.
not going to happen.
Yeah, no one's gifting anyone these, right?
If your company gifted this to you,
Sure.
would you say no to it?
No, I
No.
wouldn't. I wouldn't. But
Again, like, when you use it,
these aren't going to give you any type of.
this is not going to enhance my life.
It's not going to give you. If you were seeking travel and and you think these goggles, putting them on is gonna you could probably immerse yourself in some crazy stuff, but it is nothing compared to the real world. Want to know why? Because I've been on a cruise that docked me in the freaking U.S. Virgin Islands. I've been to Magens Bay, a secluded bay in the freaking middle of the Caribbean, and just you have to feel that this is just reality. This is
Not reality.
virtual
They want you to
reality.
believe that it's reality.
And I think it's only going to push towards more mental illness, right?
No, well, yeah, it's going to make people depressed. It's going to make people feel anxious because as much as they want to say, "Oh, this is not going to seclude you," you're not zoning out. It will.
just
It's
like
going to
just like
isolate
video
you.
games do.
Yes,
And trust me, I play Call of Duty.
because
And-
look, the only way I can think about this is like Apple keeps saying it's not going to isolate you. It's not going to isolate you, right?
Yeah.
But there, don't get me wrong. There are going to be tons of people that see this and they're like sick.
Yeah.
So sick.
I'm one of them.
I'm gonna buy one tomorrow, right? Or my next check, right? Like I'm gonna buy one, right? Whatever, I don't care. But like the people that think that that is like going to enhance their lives are lacking the important things in life.
Yeah.
Right. I think about this headset and I'm like, are there features that like entice me? Of course. Is the technology insane? And like I can appreciate technology. Like I grew up in the time. I have a nice MacBook for my editing stuff. Like
Your whole
I have
job
nice
is
cameras.
technology.
Yeah. Well, no, but
Most of it.
I use a lot of technology and
yeah.
I can appreciate it. But like I think about the way that I would use it and I'm like, that's not going to make my life better. In fact, the only thing that would happen if I had that is it might make my life a little bit worse. There'd be a few times where again, on a plane, right?
Yeah.
Or kids are in bed and Ash is like hanging out with her sister or at the temple or somewhere else and I'm by myself. And when normally I would kick
weirdo,
on
though.
Impractical Jokers.
What a weirdo.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
going to go put on ski goggles and sit in a
oh my
dark
gosh,
room.
yay, my family's gone. I'm going to go put on my goggles. What?
Sit in a-
You're a freaking weirdo.
And then your wife's going to come home, flick
Matt
on the
Walsh
lights,
is
and you're going to
right.
be like,
And then Apple over here, they're like, no, don't worry. You don't have to take them off. Just
Hey, babe.
greet your wife. Go kiss your wife with the goggles on.
give me a big old kiss.
I'm gonna give him a big old kiss. Hey, yo!
Oh my gosh, dude. That is the best clip I've ever seen, dude. Anyway, These goggles, dude. Matt Walsh nailed it on the head. They're nerd goggles.
Yeah.
If you're enticed by this technology, you are probably a mega nerd. If you weren't a mega nerd and you're still enticed by this technology, I feel like you're just like lacking in some really key areas in your life.
I mean, I
Go
don't
get grounded, man. Like even the part where they're like the meditation app, right? Like meditation is huge right now, right? Do you really think, and I believe in meditation. I don't meditate myself, but I know for a fact deep breathing, grounding yourself in nature, like that's a real thing. You can actually change the way that your body is regulating and all the things, right?
Yeah. What's the keynote though? In nature.
In nature, right? Dude,
Not in virtual.
meditation is so big. They want me to believe that I'm going to put on this headset that is probably impossible for my mind to even relax in, with how much essentially radiation is flowing through my ears.
That's what I sent last night.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What kind of brain cancer is this thing?
What?
Like, I'm not
Vision
saying
problems,
I'm not
dude.
saying
I can barely watch my TV for longer than 30 minutes before I have the worst eye strain in the world.
We need a freaking disclaimer. I'm not saying this is gonna give you brain cancer. I'm just saying this thing is emitting some type of electronic frequency. All technology.
Yeah,
does.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's so funny you said it. Like, you're not even supposed to keep your phone in your pocket because it's gonna get your testes, you know. And ladies, are not supposed to put it in the boobs because it's gonna get your boobs.
It probably does.
It does.
It does.
And then you want to. Anyway, my whole point, the meditation thing. You really think that like that is better? Like, I have no doubt it's probably an insane. You're probably tripping on that thing, right? Like the way that they can immerse you in some sort of meditated state. I bet you it's actually wild. Probably feels like you're floating in space.
It's gonna be a bunch of nerds that eat shrooms and do acid and throw this on, dude.
I bet you those people look at this and they're like, "That's the devil, bro," because they're up in Sedona right now. You think they have technology like this? No, they
can't
don't.
afford it even
I'll tell
if
you
they
this:
wanted.
I'm going to Sedona tomorrow. I guarantee you. I'll ask somebody tomorrow. I will ask somebody from Sedona who literally holds crystals in their hands and worships them. And praise over the psychedelic powers that come.
They're not about technology.
They
really.
don't care about this. Yeah. Because even they can look at this and be like, it's not right, bro. It's just not. This is bad. Yeah. Not good. All right.
Agree.
We are ending this topic, and
Good
we're
one.
going to end with a
Good one.
classic. Am I the a-hole? All right. Am I the a-hole for taking... These people, man, can't even get the title right. She says, am I the a-hole for revoking my daughter's... She couldn't even correct it. Am I the a-hole for revoking my daughter's driving privileges after finding out she is using 2 feet? This is a 37-year-old mom. She says, my daughter, who's 16 years old, is in the process of navigating the roads as a new driver. She began studying for and got her permit when she was 15 and had since been receiving driving lessons from my ex-husband, 40-year-old male. She passed her driving test, written and physical portion, and is an outstanding student, so my ex and I decided to gift her a car as her 16th birthday gift after receiving her license. Growing up, my dad was the one who taught me and my siblings how to ride a bike and later how to drive. It is a fond memory I have of him, so I decided to let her father handle the driving lesson / teaching business so they could... driving lesson / teaching business so they could have that as well. Apparently during these lessons, my daughter started off by using both of her feet. Right foot for the gas, left foot for the brake. Have you ever been in the car with somebody who does this?
No.
It's actually terrifying. It's kind of scary.
Is it a stick shift?
No.
No clutch.
I doubt it.
Can you imagine if it was just a clutch the entire time?
Yeah. She continued to drive this way for a while, even passing her test this way. Apparently, when my ex-husband found out about this, he brought it up to her and asked her to correct it, but she argued that she has been driving this way since she started, and that reverting to the normal way would be potentially dangerous, and that she is uncomfortable doing so. So my ex-husband just dropped it. I, however, was extremely concerned when I found out about this later via her dad in casual conversation. I asked him if he thought this was appropriate, and he said he saw nothing wrong and that she was a good driver. I disagreed and told him this was unsafe and that I would be having a chat with our daughter once she arrived home from school. She did. I asked her to sit down and tried to explain to her the dangers of what she is doing. Wear and tear on the brakes, potentially pressing the wrong pedal in a split-second emergency situation, not to mention the higher chance of having your foot on the brake the entire time, which is not only annoying to other drivers with them not being able to know whether you are actually braking or not, and again, dangerous. Okay, I didn't actually realize any of that. That makes a lot of sense,
the second point.
I asked her to please take these points into consideration and change her method of driving, to which she argued the only real danger would be forcing her to switch to using only one foot for both pedals after driving for this way for so long.
Yeah.
So long. It's probably been like a month.
Yeah.
I told her she has only been driving for about a year or less. And the same way she learned with 2, she could learn with 1, to which she flat out refused. After our conversation and her refusal, I took away her keys and told her I would be taking her to school from now on and wherever else she needs to be. She was upset and called her dad, who called me to tell me I'm an a-hole for being controlling. He reminded me that her driving record is fine the way she is thus far, but it's only been a year, in parentheses, and that she will resent me for this. So am I the a-hole? I don't want to come off as controlling, and I definitely don't want my daughter to resent me over this. I'm genuinely concerned for her safety, and I'm not sure what to do now. Am I the a-hole?
No. I mean, it is dangerous. It's really just the second point of the reaction time. Getting confused with your feet.
Yeah.
Because when you're with 1 foot, you have to use that 1 foot to get over to the brake, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you could easily. The thing is if
you just
left foot and right, and you think you're hitting the brake when indeed you could easily hit the gas.
Yeah.
It's got to do something with the left and right side of your brain. Like there's something where you're using the same foot, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're doing clutch though. But even clutch, you're still using your right.
Yeah, exactly.
For the brake.
You're not using your.
I just drove the clutch today. I drove 6 shift today.
Whose?
Old truck we have is a Gopher truck.
Really? You guys still have a Gopher truck? Wait,
it's
what
a
truck?
carbon monoxide. Shoots carbon monoxide. So we rod the tunnels. Then we shoot carbon monoxide through the tunnels. Yeah. It's crazy.
No, that's effective.
Oh, super effective. Yeah.
Much better than the old way.
We cut 80 Gopher mounds down to 20 in 1 week. It's crazy.
That's ingenious.
Mm-hmm.
Really. I think the a-hole in this situation is the husband, the dad, which they're divorced. So not technically the husband, just the father of the daughter.
He's the a-hole. He's probably
he
just doesn't want to deal with it.
He's playing the middle. Like he
deal
brought it up to his ex-wife, casual conversation, and he's like, nah, it's fine. Just trying not to make the daughter irritated. He didn't want to discipline.
Yeah.
So now mom feels bad. She's like having the mom guilt.
Yeah.
He's the a-hole. She's not the a-hole.
No,
Daughter is being the daughter. She's just a typical 16-year-old teenager, right? Doesn't want to change. I think she's a little entitled for not, like, can you imagine if dad was like, dude, you got to switch? And you're like, no. And he's like, no, here's why it's dangerous. Mm-hmm. And you're like, no.
Yeah, same thing.
And then he's like, give me your keys. And you're like, oh. And then you call mom and
yeah,
entitled. You're not an a-hole. You're just entitled. That's not her fault.
Yeah.
Dad's the a-hole.
Yeah.
That's my prognosis.
Yeah, don't drive with 2 feet. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It kills all.
Once again, we go to Reddit to solve these people's problems. And yes, they did want our help. They did want our solution. Before they did turn to Reddit. So it is on them. But as always, Reddit's not the answer. Pitboss-grills.com is the answer. Pitboss-grills.com is where you're going to find a wide variety of high quality. What?
They just released their new lineup of grills.
Did they?
The Onyx editions.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think it's 3 or 4 new grills. 3.
Nice.
The Austin XL in the Onyx edition, the Savannah, and then the Copperhead.
Austin
4,
XL.
and the Lexington.
The Austin XL that's your smoker.
They released it in the Onyx, and now it goes in
new and
increments
improved.
of 5 degrees, baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I don't think it's not Wi-Fi, but neither
is it like
Savannah.
a digital thing, or is it just a fat knob with
It's
like
digital
a million
now.
things?
Digital now, 5 degree increments. Same grill. Now it's all black. Looks prettier.
Yeah.
Good lineup of grills though. They got the vertical one, a smaller Lexington. You got the Oxen XL, and they have the Savannah, which is what I would get for the 3 tiers of cooking. So
Yeah.
but yes, check them out, new grills.
Check them out. You can visit our website, the480show.com. If you flip it over to show notes, you will see it's the first link. You can use that link. Check out all their smokers, the480show.com. You can click on Pit Boss's site. Browse all the things. There's actually one smoker that I'm very curious about. So when I went and got my smoker, I actually went over and I was looking at their facility. They were showing me around, and he was showing me their portable smokers.
Yeah, the electric
one. And I actually saw that featured on their site when I was putting our thing together. And we're planning this camping trip, and I'm like, how freaking sick would it be to just bring that rather than dealing with transporting the smoker, getting a freaking generator up there. Kobe would have liked that. Kobe, did you hear about Kobe's trip?
Yeah.
Kobe and Hayden just went on this freaking fat trip for actually it wasn't fat trip. It was like 2 days, 2 nights.
He copied me, whatever. He copied me.
Copied you.
Me and Zach Hunt did that the same exact trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you stop at Walmart and get a pack of Krispy Kreme donuts on your way out?
Yeah, no, we literally had like very little food.
Yeah.
And
it sounds so fun, dude. I was so jealous.
We went fishing, but we went a little bit more remote than Kobe went. We went to Shoveling Canyon, like deep.
Dude, let's go. Let's bring Kobe with us.
I'm telling you, we need a whole boys trip.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure to check out our website, the480show.com. You can click on Pit Boss's link. We are an affiliate with Pit Boss, and they do sponsor our show, so we have to disclose that with you all. But that does not change the fact that we both own Pit Boss grills, and we love them, and we think that you would love them too. So check them out, the480show.com. Click on pitboss-grills.com, the affiliate link, and you will not regret it.
Nope.
That's it. Last order of business is we have a winner for the giveaway. We don't know who the winner is yet because the reviews haven't all rolled through yet. What I did not understand is that it actually takes a few days for Apple to review the reviews. They have to make sure that there's no naughty words. I don't know why there's a few days buffer.
You gotta censor it, you know.
But like, if you want to leave a bad review, like they're really gonna be like, no. Like, I've seen bad reviews.
They gotta review it, because it's not, racist.
It's probably for like a racist thing.
Bigotry.
You're probably right.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I don't think that's the case with any of you guys. Hopefully not. If it is, I mean, we wouldn't see it anyway. But we are going to wait like 2 or 3 more days for all of the reviews to roll in. We put the cutoff for today, so we're going to wait 2 or 3 more days, and then we will announce it on our story. You can see it there. So if you don't follow us already on our social channels, at the 480 Show, pretty much everywhere you go: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Are we anywhere else? We're not anywhere else.
Maybe Snapchat soon enough, but we'll see.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Is Snapchat still a thing?
Yeah.
I haven't used Snapchat since 2019, so I don't know.
Snapchat. Yeah, I love Snapchat.
Possibly Snapchat, I guess. Anyway, if you don't follow us already, all of our social channels at the 480 Show, pretty much everywhere you go. We are going to announce this winner on Instagram because that's where we've done all the promoting for that. So make sure you're following us over on Instagram at the 480 Show. We're going to put it on our story. We will tag you in the story. So we'll DM you, but we will not send you a personal DM. Folks, don't get scammed. Don't be dumb. Okay. I can't stress this enough. You will not receive a message from us saying you have won the giveaway. You will get a tag in our story, and you will see my face saying that you won. You will not get a message from the 480 Show saying that you won the giveaway. It will be in video form only.
Yeah.
If you get scammed, this is on you. Don't message me after the fact saying, I got scammed, I got hacked.
Yeah.
Just use some common sense, okay? I'm not going to message you. Neither is Christian. No one's messaging you.
Maybe. What?
So if you see that we tagged you in the story, that is how you know that you can win. If you'd like to cash in on the $25 Venmo, you will have to respond, take advantage of it. Christian will Venmo you just a few moments after. And that will conclude this giveaway. It'll be good. Thank you again for tuning in to yet another episode of the 480 Show. We're glad that you're here. We just passed 500 downloads, which is freaking sick.
Whoa.
Love it.
Wow.
So yeah, that's good news. Actually, it's probably a little bit more.
500.
Yeah.
That was a jump from last time we talked.
It was like 400 and something.
Oh.
I mean, it was low 400s, but okay. 500 downloads though, that's pretty good. We have 76 followers on Instagram.
We need a goal.
Okay, set us a goal then, goal man.
Okay.
What's our goal?
Before the end of July, we need to hit 1,000 downloads.
July.
Yeah.
So a month and a half, basically 2 months.
No.
It's June 6th.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
By the end of June.
By the end of June.
Okay.
We have 4 more episodes.
Help us out, folks, because we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
If you like our episodes, if you like the clips that we put out, if you haven't seen them, follow us over on Instagram and TikTok. That's where we're most active.
Comment.
All of it. And if you haven't already, please leave us a 5-star review. I found out, so dumb, Spotify, you cannot actually leave a word review. You can just hit 5 stars. So people were sending me screenshots of Spotify, and I'm like, where's your freaking review? And they're like, can't do it on Spotify. I'm like, why? But Spotify is just not as good.
Whatever, I mean, it's easy. Just hit the 5
Yeah,
star.
hit 5-star. If you're on Apple Podcast, if you're listening on Apple Podcast, please make sure to leave us a 5-star review and some nice words. Please don't just leave us 5 stars. The words actually help a lot. You don't even really have to say anything nice. 5 stars, and then you can say whatever you'd like. 5 stars and some words. That goes a long way. It helps out the show. I guess that's the goal. 1,000 downloads by the end of June. Help us get there. Share us on all the social channels, wherever you find us. We are glad, just so glad,
All the...
smiling ear to ear, that you are a listener of the 480 Show. What?
I just think all the Apple fanboys today, they're going to be like, boo! They're gonna boycott the
I guarantee you, if you're an Apple fanboy,
you're
we're addressing
not
nobody.
You're
Yeah,
probably not listening.
no one is. No one's listening. If you're an Apple fanboy,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the end of this episode. So until next time, deuces.
Deuces.